Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today it is a Fragrance Friday and I have a very comforting video to share with you. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new to this channel, please feel free to subscribe down below. Like this video, of course, if you do enjoy it. Do you have any comforting fragrances that you need to share with me? I need to know because I love comforting fragrances and I have quite the range of different types of fragrances that are right here. And there's a little bit of everything. Before we get started, I'm going to share with you guys what I do have on my lips and what I have all over my nails, and as per usual, this is the last day on my nails. This is from Polish Pickup from Jen & Berry's in Raspberry Parade, which is one of those misheard lyrics type titles I think they did over the summer. It's not available all the time, but I do really love this one, and I get complimented on this nail polish quite often. I have two items on my lips. I have on the base from Charlotte Tilbury, Very Victoria, a slightly deeper mauve color that I have on the base, and on top I have a drugstore favorite. The name of this one is called Silk. It is from the Maybelline Lifter Gloss, and this is what I have on top to create, you know, a layered look. All right, you guys, let's get into some of my most comforting fragrances in my collection. These are fragrances that I go to and gravitate towards for times of like comfort, whether it's like stuff going on in life, work has me super busy. It's nice to just completely calm down and relax. Other times, which I will mention, I lived in Nova Scotia for 3 years and I went through a couple different hurricanes. First for this West Coast girl, and I'll tell you, one of these fragrances definitely kept me grounded and comforted while my husband was away and I was experiencing my very first hurricane. So why don't we start on that note? First one here I'm going to talk to you about is Kayali's Vanilla 28. This is probably one of my favorite vanillas. I will link my vanilla video above so you guys can watch that. I ranked all of my top vanilla fragrances from my collection. This is near the top. The juice in this is absolutely fantastic. It's super dark and rich. With vanilla fragrances or like vanilla based fragrances, the juice will get dark and that is good. It just matures. It gets better with age. So with Kayali, it has this beautiful brown sugar, almost not quite ooey gooey, almost as if you're trying to uncap that vanilla extract that you would use, like a really good one. It's kind of got that boozy scent to it as well. This is a great layering fragrance, but I think because it is vanilla, very much vanilla, this is beautiful and super calming for me. As I just mentioned, I did experience my very first hurricane when we lived out in Nova Scotia for 3 years. Was it Hurricane Dorian, I think it was? Who came whipping through? Yeah, it was just me and my cat. So, because my husband was back on the West Coast for work. Go figure. This is just so nice. It's so comforting. So sweet. It's almost like making cookies without having made cookies, and the nose does not take in any calories. So this is absolutely one of my top favorite comforting fragrances. The next fragrance I want to share with you is more or less a comforting fragrance before I go to bed. And I generally use this more or less, I want to say spring and summer, but sometimes when I really want it, I'll just put it on in the winter or the fall. It doesn't really matter, but I do rotate this one because this is probably my third full-size bottle, and that's Ariana Grande's Cloud. I know this is super popular with the holiday season coming up. You should be able to find a lot of really great gift sets with Ariana Grande fragrances. This truly is a very comforting fragrance before bed. It's got that lavender, it's got that marshmallow. I just really enjoy it. It's got a little tiny bit of brightness, not too much because I do like to wear this to bed. This is my third bottle of this and I love it so much. This one I can tolerate to go to bed, and it's not quite like wrapping a blanket over you. It's more about the lavender, get into that relaxation state. If you need to like zen out a little bit, this is an amazing fragrance for that. While we're on lavender scents, something that is in my collection for just over a year because it did come out summer of 2023. My husband bought this fragrance for me at the Copenhagen airport when he was out there for work, and I was super stoked, and I do wear this to bed, but I also wear it to work if I know I'm gonna have a stressful day at the office. We have Goddess, just the original. I find that the original is way more vanilla and lavender, whereas the newest flanker, which is the intense version, has a little bit more patchouli, a little bit more papau on it. This, if I know I'm gonna have a stressful day at work, I will put this on. I get vanilla, I get lavender, a slight woodiness to it as well. Not pencil shaving, but there's a slight woodiness to my nose. I just find this sort of grounds me, keeps me centered, and I really do enjoy this one. I will also link the video above where I compared this to Dolce & Gabbana's Devotion, which clearly you guys know this is the only one I have left in my collection. I sold the other one. I know I'm of the minority on that one. I wear this to go to bed, but I also wear this to go to work. I just love how it grounds me. To a fragrance that that is very lactonic, and I'm not one of those people who reaches for that warm cup of milk if you can't sleep. That's not this girl. This next fragrance is absolutely like having that warm glass of milk, a little bit of vanilla in it before bed, or really anytime, because I could wear this all the time. None other than Fresh Cream by Philosophy. And I know this is another popular one, but look at the dent in this. I've had this for a little while. I tend to reach for this as a comforting fragrance more the fall winter because it does have that very, very creamy. I call it like the whipped cream with a little bit of vanilla added to it. That's exactly what I smell in this. It's so yummy, delicious. It puts me to sleep if I want to wear it to bed. It's like giving me a hug when I feel like I need it. As you guys can see, I have used this one quite often, and it's generally speaking for when I want to be comforted. I understand a lot of people like the Fresh Cream and Warm Cashmere. I have yet to purchase that one, but I have smelt it. I would definitely add that to my collection. If you're in Canada, Shoppers Drug Mart definitely sells this. Keeping in mind, we're at the time of year again where you should be seeing a lot of those gift boxes being sold at a very good price. And if you are Canadian, Shoppers Drug Mart has great points, and sometimes you can redeem them for like awesome things. I would absolutely suggest this. Get your nose on it if you can. I really enjoy this one. It's such a wonderful warm hug in a bottle. To a comforting fragrance that I like to put on in the spring and summer after I've come out of that most relaxing shower. Not every shower is relaxing, but when you do come out of a shower that's super relaxing, you're feeling very refreshed. You're not really going anywhere, but you just want to like hang around the house. This one here is the Marc Jacobs Daisy Oh So Fresh. This is limited edition, but I do still see it on some of the aftermarket sites, the gray market sites. Those are still good. I've only found it really on fragrancenet.com, and that's not fragrancebuy.ca. I haven't seen that, but query that as well if they do have it. I love this one so much. I do have a backup of this. It's not a great lasting fragrance, but it's so wonderful when you get to step out of the shower, you have nowhere to go, you have a great morning, you have a cup of coffee or tea in your hand, and you want to read a book, or you just want to sit back and watch fragrance videos. This is definitely it for the spring and summer. This is a beautiful fresh scent that is very comforting. I know this is kind of an odd scent to be talking about for a comforting fragrance, but I do find that this is what I reach for when I've had one of those great showers, fresh and clean, have nowhere to go, and just want to spray this. And last but not least, we're going to be talking about a fragrance that I picked up late fall of 2023. I have been dying to get my hands on this. Gris Charnel by BDK. Now this is an absolutely stunning fragrance. It's not cheap. Look at the juice. It looks slightly gray. This is a pretty good dent for the size of collection I have. This is what I want to wear on those gray Vancouver Island days, which are quite a few in the fall and the winter. In fact, we just had a bomb cyclone come through, and we lost power for almost 2 days. No internet, no nothing. Everyone's okay, but it's just a big mess on the highway and power lines. Because Vancouver Island gets so much rain, although it's a very beautiful place where lots of people love to retire to, it is very gray in the fall and the winter. We don't get a lot of clear skies. Mostly it's just rain clouds and liquid sunshine. But I do find myself reaching for this one. I was sad that I got this at the end of fall last year because I wore it a little bit in the winter, but I do find that I kind of cycle out of this at the end of November and go into more spicy fragrances. To me, this is a bright tea scent, almost a mintiness to it, which is so strange. There's fig in here and all the things I love. I want to try the extrait version of this as well, which I know is slightly different, but I wouldn't mind giving that a shot because I love this one so much. This is just a beautiful fragrance to wear, especially where I live on Vancouver Island. It is great. It is gross most of the time in the fall, winter, but this puts a smile on your face and just brightens your day, and the longevity of this is absolutely amazing. Well, that's everything, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, what are your go-to comforting scents that you love and enjoy wearing for those times of your comfort needs, whatever they might be? As always, you guys, be safe, take care, and have fun. Bye, guys.